This clip you're gonna watch today, even though as you see this is a pretty lengthy video, but the clip you're gonna be watching is me on Monday, Easter Monday, being bored, also technically being annoyed and bothered, finding myself on Joel's stream, which is not the first time. Pause. On Joel's live. It's not the first time I've been on his live, but because I've already been on it before, I was more prepared this time. And because I was already angered from someone else's live, because I'm noticing a lot of these TikTokers actually don't want you to speak. They don't want to have the conversation. I'm coming from a culture of Clubhouse where we kind of actually hear everybody out. Even if we're going to have an argument, even if we're going to try and destroy each other's point, we at least let the person finish what they're saying and then destroy them with their own hubris or whatever the case may be. I'm noticing TikTok doesn't want that. Or I guess it's better to just cut people off and troll, or to cut people off and make ad hominems, or cut people off and do whatever the case may be. But I'm patient. I'm learning patience. I've actually at this point haven't smoked. I was an avid smoker, smoking about 5 to 10 spliffs a day. But I'm at this point about 3+ weeks having not smoked any weed. So I'm bored because a lot of that smoking time I have it to do, I guess, constructive things, and this was my idea of being constructive. So I was on Joel's stream. Pause. But I destroyed it. I literally destroyed his live by just being myself, being clever. But watch along, because it starts pretty slow. I guess I was nervous, and then as I warmed up and I started to understand what we're about to go into, I eventually destroyed the entire live. Not to say he ended his live, but even they admit at the end that your boy Trilllg, aka Maxwell Frith, destroyed their live with aggressive, intense progressivism. So enjoy. Oh, I forgot to say, this wasn't your usual Joel versus one person speaking, even though at the beginning of the live he did say if I wanted to have it one-on-one I could. But I was like, come on, this is not hard. I already understand the atheist trolling mentality, the superiority complex that atheists have just because they think they found a truth that others don't have. When even right now, quantum science is speaking about spirituality and speaking about the conscious mind being the thing that creates reality. So we're kind of at a question place in science at this point, because the physicists can't answer this. The physicists can't define time, and we all live our life by time. So, with that being said, I knew it was very important to dig down into this complex of why individuals could continue to see Christianity as their form of spirituality, whether the religion makes sense or it doesn't. And there's something called the Christ consciousness, where once you have more than one individual thinking about the same thing, trying to manifest it, it essentially exists. Just like the placebo effect. You can receive a drug, or you can receive a salt tablet or a sugar tablet, and just your mind manifesting healing will heal yourself, as well as their body naturally heals itself anyways. So all that to say, this ended up being me verse 3. And my mic is not as loud as theirs, so there's a lot of times where I'm being easily overspoken, and I just accept it because I'm not the host. This is not my room. So anytime I'm overspeaking them, I do apologize, because I'm a rice Christian. I'm a law-abiding citizen. I'm a nice guy. Enjoy.
There are any Christians that want to tell me why I should be a Christian. Look, I know it's hard. Like the whole point of this topic is to give you guys the opportunity to give me a reason to be a Christian. If you don't know, go away, Jay. If you don't know why somebody should be a Christian, maybe it's time to leave Christianity. But I'm open to being witnessed to. And
just give me a reason. Just a little bit's enough.
Baby, just give me one reason.
Just a second, we're not broken.
And I'll go right back to God.
Do you
so
want
we can learn to love
to
again, but love God though.
do you want us to step down for a little
But
bit
love
so it's
God,
not intimidating, Joel?
You think that'll work? I mean, we could test that theory.
Sure.
Let's do this. If there's any Christians in the chat, if you think it'll be less... Oh, Maxwell's here. Maxwell's a Christian.
If there is a Christian, I mean, we'll talk to Maxwell, but if someone's in chat and it's like, I just want a one-on-one, just say that, and Sam and I will step down.
Yeah, put one-on-one in the chat.
Joel might leave too.
Yeah, I'll leave and you can talk to Maxwell.
You guys don't gotta leave.
Maxwell, you're a Christian. Is this correct?
Well, I always disappoint you because I'm not your like run of the mill
Oh
Christian.
yeah, I hate
I'm
these
I'm
fucking.
like I'm a race Christian, so I see it from the convenience of reality, right? And
Mm.
also the reality of secret
Amen.
societies using these religious organizations for world dominance,
That is
which
convenient to see
yeah,
things
it's
Okay.
from
like,
reality. That is convenient.
you know what I mean? So regardless whether Jesus literally actually existed, doesn't really matter if majority of the population in civilization believes in it and creates that Christ consciousness that they live by. So it's almost like you just got to get with it.
That sounds fun. But let me ask you this question without like just saying get with it because I don't know if that's enough. Why should I be whatever your version of Christianity is?
Because the entire system that you're eating, living, breathing off of is based off of it. So the fiat system, the whole monarch system, everything that you could point to that is the
Hold
authority
on.
in our
Somebody did a poll and literally no one touched it. Is that what this live's become? 400 people in here, 80,000 likes, and not one touch of my poll?
I touched it.
pause, pause.
I touched the poll, and I'll tell you
I'm
why.
not touching your poll.
Maxwell?
Hold on, you're being disgusting.
I'll do it.
Some
Oh, my bad. Oh, it's an
fucker.
actual poll. Where's the poll? I missed the poll. Let me vote.
Yeah, I shut it down.
You shut
One of
down the poll,
option-
Mez?
I shut it the fuck down. One of the options was it was like, oh, do you want to get to vote, tap 200K, share the live, or El Mezzo?
Oh, I didn't even read it. I was just so disappointed by all the zeros. I couldn't bring myself to look at it any
Crazy.
longer. Thank
I'm the
you
only
for
likable
making the
person in this
poll.
panel.
Shut up, Mezzo. Thank you for making. Schley, did you make the poll? Thank you for making the poll. Oh, is that you, Pokachan? Pokachan, thanks for trying with the poll. Be more creative next time and alert everyone in the chat that there's a poll.
If you just type block next to their name, does it?
You don't just type block to block people, Mezzo. You don't have any powers in this room. Okay, Maxwell, whatever your type of Christianity is, why should I be it? And hold on.
Okay, so
Let me ask you this actually real quick, Maxwell,
Okay.
just for the podcast. I want to get this clean. In Maxwell, why should Joel be a whatever kind of Christian you are?
So Joel lives in the reality that is shared with me and other humans. I guess you would say subscribe to a spiritual or spirituality complex, right? Where who knows if all you guys even exist, right? We don't know that. We wake up every day between our own two eyes, right?
Yeah.
But one thing that we do know is that the congruency of life we see around us is a dogmatic one. It's
Yeah.
one that is perpetuated through folks who have a specific belief
That I
and they
agree
call
with.
themselves the Christendom. Now, there's so many denominations. You can't choose one to say, I'm following the right one.
Right.
But one thing that kind of unites them is this belief in the Jesus consciousness.
Yes.
And this consciousness is also maintained within other types of religion.
Fuck. Shit. Sorry, Maxwell. Okay, how do I turn this off?
It's just a no.
It's best to just let it play out.
Yeah, this is usually something I would. I would totally. I should have turned this off for you because. Okay, stop it. Stop scatting. Stop scatting.
Oh, shoot.
I should have turned this off. The AI doesn't realize that you're actually saying a lot of really important things. It thinks you're just like doing useless word salad. But obviously, you were saying meaningful things that meant something. But yeah, so I'm so sorry that it started playing that because that was wrong.
For the podcast,
Joel,
can we
quick
pick
question.
it up, Maxwell? Can you pick it up from the like we have a shared reality complex thing or something? Like we're in an apartment complex of reality together.
The reality that we share is one that everybody seems, well, the majority of people around us are following this dogmatic
I
approach.
gotta turn
So
this
even the
off
laws-
because it's gonna go again.
It's gonna go again if you do that. Careful.
It's gonna go again. Go on.
have the
I'm
settings?
just trying to turn it off.
Wait, is
or
it really
maybe
AI?
Yeah, like if people do word salad and they just like yap, 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 then it's going to go off. Like if they're
Yeah,
not
that's
saying
sick. I
anything
mean, that's major.
particularly coherent, the AI knows because it follows the logic of the thing. And they're like, if this is not logical and there's just somebody that's saying like words that seem like
Yep.
out of order, it will play
It's
the
Zapier, right?
thing.
So Chat GPT
Yeah, I'm kind of
listens.
verbose. I'm kind of verbose, and sometimes my
Yeah, but
thoughts
it's
are
okay to
pretty
be
granular.
verbose, but like try to like put it in a coherent structure where you're like making sense.
Yeah, or maybe
Everybody
address
around.
directly
Okay,
the question rather than like saying
everybody around
this
us.
nebulous,
Everybody
vague
around
thing
us.
about like
All
that
right,
isn't about
I
what
get
the
what you guys are
question
saying.
is.
Everybody around us is Christian. The laws around us are
No,
built
it's
off
not
of
true.
Christian thinking. The way of life.
It's just not true.
Okay, well, um,
What is Christian thinking?
You saying the laws are
Christian thinking
dumb?
is that God created everybody to choose right or wrong, to
Hmm.
choose obeying Him or to choose obeying
Yeah, and
Satan.
I think that we're
So
actually,
basically,
to be honest with you, Maxwell, I think that like as we get away from that concept, so the way like when we understand determinism, like I think that like our cultures are beginning to understand determinism a little bit more and basing our judicial systems on that notion. I think that that's actually going to be better for us than this idea that like we have free will and we're all created with agency, and so we have to blame people and like fuck them up or whatever, you know what I mean? So I think that we're actually we're moving towards a better perspective if we just abandon
but
this
what would that do
nonsense.
for our current law system? Because our current law system is not based on determinism. Our current law system is based on
Yes, Mezzo's
everyone
hand is
has free
raised.
will.
That's what my question was going to be about, because you mentioned like we have all these laws that are based on Christianity, like for example, God created everything. What like law do we
Oh,
have that relates to
sorry.
God
That
created
I was trying to
everything?
be very simplistic to not spark off the AI,
I
right? So
appreciate that.
maybe I skipped a bunch of steps.
But just is there
But
actually a law?
basically,
Like
the
name one
way
legal
we think,
ordinance
the idea of duality, yes. So
that is about the
the
idea of
idea of
duality.
good versus bad, the idea of you do, yes. So if
I
I
didn't
do this
know.
action, I am a law-abiding citizen. If I do not do this action, I am not a law-abiding citizen, and now I am open to punishment. That is
Okay.
the exact
I
way
just don't think that
dogmatically how
that's
the Bible is written.
exclusively Christian. I think that that's just
No,
like
I didn't say it
law.
was.
I think that's
I
law.
no, I no.
Like society maybe,
Mm,
or it has to do with just like people who like when you build a city, like it has to do with humanity, right?
Yeah,
As
it's
we were
just like
like
how everyone
becoming
always
a
does it.
civilization across the world in places that had no idea about Christianity, Judaism, or any of the other Abrahamic faiths, they were doing the same thing. There were laws in Japan, right?
yes, there's laws in other spaces, but as
Okay.
you can see, the overarching culture that has taken over the world is this one where these laws are very dual. In Japan, in other spaces, it can be argued, right? It can be
Give an
argued that
example.
they
Give me
don't.
an example of that because it sounds like they're just laws. So give us an example of what very dual means. Like if you murder
So let's
someone,
speak on
that's
Yeah, I was
not
gonna go to
murdering,
murder.
and then if you do
Let's.
murder them, that is murdering. I feel like that's the same every time.
Hmm. I will admit that was not the best example. They basically cut me off so many times and forced me into a position to answer a question before properly setting up my premise that I ran to a status quo answer speaking about murder. But realistically, I should have spoke on counterfeit money, right? If I create my own tender, my own form of legal tender, it's the legal tender, and try and buy things with it, I'll be jailed, right? I'll have to go to court and prove my innocence. Eventually, once they see that it's not real money, I'll be sentenced for that as a crime. But what realistically is wrong about me creating my own form of money if the system itself is fiat? So we're actually adhering to a set of rules and laws that we don't even know are good or bad. And that's a Christian way of thinking. Now, murder, that has really nothing to do with Christianity because murder has been wrong from the ends of time. Just thinking from the golden rule, which is in existence in every form of spiritual system, the golden rule is do unto others as you would have them do to you. and folks who are living kind of want to continue living. So the deduction from that is you would not end other people's lives because as you want to have yours, right? So we didn't get down. We didn't. Yeah, well, whatever. Let's keep it going. No, but in other
This is also
cultures,
just not true. Like globally, the Christians are like 31% of people. It's not majority Christian worldwide. But also, Maxwell.
I said civilization. So that's
Yeah, no.
that's
Sorry,
a
I was including trees and stuff. Yeah, that's my bad.
no.
Uh,
You're including populations that
right.
the Judeo-Christendom would not consider civilized, right? So that's what we're talking about.
Oh,
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 jeez.
Jesus.
Okay, that was.
Oh.
Yeah, let's take that back,
Oh.
Maxwell.
so we
Say,
got a fun.
No. For instance, I'm born. I'm
So
my
so when
ethnicity
so
is
you think?
Jamaican,
I'm
right?
sorry. Just to be
So
clear, do you think that Japan is an uncivilized? Like these are just like
I didn't say
uncivilized
I
people?
did. I didn't say I did. You have to understand the
Yeah.
complex I'm
Don't
speaking
take that
from.
back. I say I take that back.
I don't take that back. I spoke exactly
you
what
suck.
the Jew.
Okay,
Oh,
Maxwell, just sit with that for a second so I can read this poll. The poll says, "Don't be a piece of shit fuckface." So you've already crossed that line. A, tap the screen to 100K. We're almost there. Thanks, guys. 22%. Share the live. Write meow. 5% or almost 6%, 5.5. Follow the host on TikTok and YouTube. 0%. So that's fucking rude. Tap this to touch Joel's sword. Is it sword? Maybe it looks like it's going to be sword. 72%. Now that was a very flattering answer. Maxwell, you can't say that all these other people are uncivilized or whatever gross thing you just said.
No, don't take what I'm.
What are you
what I'm
talking?
saying
Oh,
as my
swole
verbatim.
pole. That's
So
Don't
for
take
instance,
what he's
so for
talking
instance,
about seriously.
no, I didn't say as my verbatim. This is not my
yeah.
verbatim.
Whose
You
verbatim
have
should
to
I take it?
understand. Okay,
as?
so you have to understand that we went to war a few years ago. Well, not a few years ago, a bunch of years ago, against folks who we believe were terrorists. Now, what did that thinking come from? What was it motivated by? It was
Oh, you talking about like a
motivated.
holy war of some kind or something?
Well, when George Bush said God told me to,
Yeah, but these
whatever,
aren't.
to
I would
attack these
say that
nations.
I don't know if these are like going to be automatically good things to go to war.
I didn't say they're good things. I'm saying
Well,
the majority
you're
of
making me
people
feel
around
like I
us-
should reject Christianity and run for the hills at this point. Like
should not only
everything
reject
you're
the
just
thing-
like, look at the way the world is. It's because of Christianity. I'm like, that doesn't sound good then.
But the wars.
I didn't say it's good.
But look
I
at
don't
all the
agree
laws.
with-
They
I don't
make us
agree with
better
white
than all these
supremacy.
other fucking uncivilized,
I don't
Which is
agree
insane,
with
by the
white
way.
supremacy. I don't agree with white supremacy, but it is
What
the
kind of
overarching
supremacy?
culture.
Christian supremacy? What's your favorite supremacy?
Well,
Good
first thing,
question.
in this day and age, Christianity is like
answer it.
in this day and age, Christianity is likened to white supremacy because Jesus is white, even though historicity would never make that Jesus be white. Anyway, whether you
So,
believe
yeah,
him to
Jesus
exist or
was-
not.
Word salad.
That's yeah.
Oh my
Nobody's
goodness.
following.
That wasn't word
Word
salad.
salad.
Oh, it got it wrong. It was Gish galloping. That was the problem. He,
Had
Yeah.
a destination.
This is what
You
Jesus'
keep
accent sounded
saying
like, by the way.
things
yeah, Jesus
that
sounds like a
don't
white
relate.
country guy.
Yo, where can I buy your album?
The
I
album
wish
will be
you'd stay
available
on task,
possibly at
so
some
I
point.
don't
Fuck, I
have to
can't
boo
focus.
your ass.
Word salad,
If your points
Let's just
were
wait for
more
the AI.
valid, you would not have to gish gallop.
You were Gish galloping.
Boy.
The AI, that's great. Same
So, do you know why we have a monarch? Why there's a monarch?
Butterfly?
Where do you live, Maxwell?
Do you know why we have a monarch?
in
You can't answer
England.
my question with a question.
I'm just curious because we don't have a monarchy.
I find it
where do you live?
interesting. I find it interesting that United Stations believe they're disjunct from the entire system that they're running.
United Stations?
Yeah, United Stations, because Canadians are also Americans, and I'm Canadian.
Oh.
Yeah, so we do have we are a commonwealth. So is that what you're talking about?
What is the allegiance? To
And
the
why
crown
the
represent?
fuck do you have to be Canadian? That's not fair.
That's not fair.
That's not fair to me.
Yeah, I think, no, that sounds about right. But Maxwell, who the fuck cares? Like, how could this have anything like
Rice
relevance
Christians
to
care.
why Joel should be a
Rice
Christian?
Rice Christians care because they
What do
follow Christ
okay.
versus death.
But do
If
you
you
think
don't follow,
Joel should be one of them?
Rice Christians.
well, if his ancestors were the ones to enforce it, he probably should for just the sake of keeping up appearances.
Is Rice Christian a thing that's like racist or something? What does that mean?
No,
I
Rice
feel like is
Christians.
it like white Christians?
You guys don't know the term, so I've been
No.
saying this whole time. Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
So Rice Christians are groups of populations who convert to Christianity for fear of either death or for the sake of benefits, right? So they convert. So like I was saying earlier, I'm
Okay.
Jamaican, and if you search, you'll notice that Jamaica
Yes.
has the most churches per capita on the planet. So it is
So
actually the heaviest evangelized space on the planet.
I get you. So it's like when missionaries come, they're like, "Hey, come into this church, and we'll give you a bunch of food and water and shelter." And they go, "I don't believe this stuff, but yeah, sure, I'll come into church, and I believe, fingers crossed behind my back, in order to get the stuff."
And it's also like when you want a opportunity to come to the new world, let's say Canada, and you
Yeah.
get a benefit by having your pastor write the letter of support, and so those kind
So
of
you
things.
think
So
Joel
you
should be
notice
that?
you end up noticing that majority of the immigrants coming to Canada within the 70s, the 60s, the 50s happen to be Christian believing individuals. So these are the kinds of trends I'm speaking about, right?
Yeah.
A literal first
I'll also
world
just mention
dominated.
here, I looked it up on Wikipedia. The expression Rice Christian is a derogatory slur used to
That's what I
describe
saw.
someone who has formally converted to Christianity for material benefits rather than religious reasons. The term rice bag or rice convert is used as a derogatory slur also in India, targeting Christians, alleging that the target has converted to Christianity for a bag of rice.
Yes, but Christian itself is a derogatory term in the Bible. So, and so is like if I were to say the N word, but I use that
Yeah,
every day now.
but
So
Maxwell,
people flip English terms
two or
for
three
endearment
wrongs don't
all
make
the
a
times.
right. Two or three
I
wrongs don't
know,
make a
but I'm
right.
saying you
So
can't
it's like
now in 2025.
you're like, you think
disassociate
that's
yourself.
bad? Well, check out these other bad terms. You think that's offensive?
Wait till I
Check
get
this
started.
out. Yeah.
Come on. It is kind of weird and unfair in 2025 after your ancestors literally dominated the world by converting them to Christians to say, hey, you guys are all idiots, you're Christian. So I'm saying,
It is like
you know what I mean? 'Cause
I don't know about fair, but I can go like, hey, this religion is problematic. It's damaging. It's harmful. Let's not believe it anymore. Let's move on from it. And you're making a great case for that, Maxwell. Like I said, why
I'm
should
saying
Joel
that-
be a Christian? And you're like, hey, look at all this bullshit that Christianity gets up to.
This
Well,
is so
I
weird
started
too.
off- I started
Hold
off
on,
with the Christian-
Maxwell. What you're saying? Did you hear what he just said, Joel? He's saying that we shouldn't be telling people to not be Christian because all of our ancestors did colonization and forced people
Become
Christian. So you're saying that
So
we
it's
should
almost
we should keep doing like our ancestors did rather than change our ways and get
Well,
better?
there's something called the Christ consciousness, what I spoke to earlier.
Who do you
right?
think
Which
does
is
a better job of helping society, Joel or Christopher Columbus?
Toss up.
Yo, that's a great question, right?
Not
in
really. Like it's really not.
In reality, there would be no Joel if there was no Christopher Columbus. You have to kind of, I guess, dissociate yourself from reality to answer your question.
That's fine. You can do that, right?
And that's why I'm
You're
saying
barely on
I'm
the
proud
fringe
to
of
be-
reality
I'm proud
already.
to-
You
but I
can
said I'm proud to be-
disassociate, Maxwell. We've
think
seen
you
you
can-
do it
if
before.
anyone can do it, you
Oh,
can
I
do
don't
it.
know.
You're
I wouldn't
able
have-
to
okay, so for instance-
disassociate. Don't be silly.
Okay, all right, let's keep it real. Let's say I want to go to my parents who aren't my parents don't consider themselves rights Christian, right? They consider themselves
No,
hardcore
but like
Christian,
genuinely,
right?
what the fuck is
So
going
if
on?
I were
sorry.
to go to them and say-
Maxwell, Sam has an important question.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
sorry.
What was
She said,
it?
what the F is going on?
I'm terribly sorry, right? I mean, I could not express my sorrows enough. But genuinely speaking, I'm in the middle of making a Minecraft skin, and I decided to tune in, and I regret my decision.
I don't
What
need
the
context.
fuck is going on right now?
Oh,
What do you
that's
want?
an interesting
Context.
question. That actually is an interesting question.
I'm kind of putting your foot to the fire of what this conversation is, of trying to
You
convert
are?
Christianity.
I'm
That's
genuinely
incredible.
asking,
Yeah.
What is
Who's
it? What is
foot?
the point
I'm
of this
putting feet to the
conversation?
fire.
What are you
Because
telling us this
the
for? Why do
reality
we need
is
to know this?
Why did you say it
the
like we
real
have one
because
collective foot
you
between the
guys
three
feel
of
like you're
us?
doing. I'm
this
putting feet to the
conversation?
fire because
Collective foot
you
between the
guys
three
feel
of
like you're
us.
doing society or humanity some
We're
type
all
of service
sharing a
or
foot.
injustice, when you know that majority of people were raised in the culture of Christianity, but the introduction into that culture was normally as a rice Christian, was
Okay, so
enforced
this is
by the
just like a
sword
really elaborate tone police thing.
Hmm.
I think we've gotten to
No,
the
you wanna
bottom
know what
of
it
the
is? I
tone
can't.
police thing.
It's not really a tone police. I don't really
You're
mind you
saying
guys
that
having a
we're not
conversation.
allowed to talk about this stuff because
No. Joel, I
people.
love your album. I'm ready to download your album as soon as you have it for DSP on DSPs. I'm gonna download it. I'll play it for my parents my Christmas. But the point is,
Are they Christians?
Maxwell, we were
yeah,
all
they are.
indoctrinated, by the way, by Christianity.
Okay,
But
so
Mm-hmm.
you have to
like
understand that the
honestly,
conversation
I
is a
don't know
bit more
about Sam.
nuanced.
I don't know
The
about Sam, but for
conversation is a
me,
bit more nuanced.
Maxwell,
So it's
for
not.
me, hold on, I'm talking.
Oh,
White
sorry.
Christians forced me into Christianity.
Yes. Why do you think? To
Why do
serve the
why do I
monarch.
think what?
To
Oh,
So
serve
no,
the
if you understand,
monarch
that's actually true.
butterflies.
My
let me just explain because or you know what, this might be partway through. So you'll notice Joel evading and running from my questions like crazy, or running from my points, running from my arguments. Normally, he's used to people coming with their biblical points and being basically dogmatic Christians. I'm very above that. Okay, I was already raised in that, left it like them, but now I'm back to it because I see some reality in it. And they weren't ready to have that conversation. I didn't really want to troll back and forth with them, but that's essentially what it became. Joel running away, doing whatever he can, speaking to sub chats or bringing up other guests while I'm still on stage, playing all kinds of songs, claiming the AI is interrupting me with his songs, playing live and doing a live performance. Um, Mizo seemed to actually be pretty interested because I could tell, even though he's the B mic, if this was a talk show, he kind of saw my point of view and saw the complex of how this whole system works together, how colonization and this religion, and then the expansion of it where we are now, right? Because a lot of times presentism stops us from understanding how we've got to our place, and we kind of look at history with these lenses. But you could tell that Mizo really wanted to get into the conversation, but at the same time he was still trying to keep his allegiances with Joel. But then the third girl, I don't even remember her name, she's literally a dumbass, I'm not gonna lie. She was just trying to keep up in the conversation, but her form of trying to keep up was just asking me, what does this mean, or why. And it wasn't actually to ask a pertinent question, but she's just literally confused and doesn't know what is going on, literally, and she admits it. So it's a very interesting conversation that you're hearing, but I don't know if I'm saying this at the beginning because that intro was kind of long. I didn't want this to be a long intro. So if you're hearing this halfway through, that's why it kind of sounds like this is an extension of the intro. But continue enjoying.
my mom is from a as you know, I am descended from the Earl
And why does the
himself.
monarch
Yeah.
exist? And why does the monarch even
Mostly for
exist? What is their
sandwiches, I
claim?
guess. It's
What is
like
their
they want
claim to
power
fame?
over poor people.
Starts with a
No, what is
caterpillar.
no what? What's their claim to fame?
Yeah, probably the like transfigurate. What do they
That
call
they
metamorphosis?
They
to
they
be
they
they claim to
transfigurate
be
into a butterfly.
no,
Yeah.
they literally believe that they descend off the blood of King Solomon.
Not
A
all of
literal
them.
figure. No, that's where they're
Every
that's
king,
that is their claim to fame. That is the
the
whole point
king
of the
of
monarch.
like Hawaii, thought that.
Well, shoot, I've never met him, but I'll have to ask him and interview him. But I'm talking about the monarch, the British monarch system.
Oh
So
yeah, that is.
You
where-
know,
that
I
is
think
my
it
lineage.
got. By the
Why
way,
do we
just
care?
to intro.
But why do we care though?
because
about the
in
British
some
monarchy?
We don't
because
care.
I'm trying to explain to you that
Can
the
I
entire
suggest
system
this,
that
Maxwell,
supports
before
Rice
you
Christians
hold on, before
still
you go on,
exists.
with this, which by the
And
way,
that is
you
the
should
reason
work
why
on
people
that,
will
not saying
continue to
that
be
race
Christians.
Christian thing because
And they should be,
apparently it's not
because
appropriate.
fiat currency is based off of it.
But
The stock
do you
system is
guys know
based, the
like
stock
that? I
market is
think
based
it's
off of it.
Maxwell.
Slavery.
Maxwell, be
Okay.
quiet for a
Sorry,
second.
Joel.
Gee
Sorry, Joel.
whiz.
I apologize.
You know that
apologize, Joel.
I think it's Metallica has that song that goes like wah, like it starts with like the wah,
No, that's not Metallica.
What band is it?
Yeah.
That's
It's not Metallica.
it's like a puddle of something.
Is it Puddle of System of a Down? Is it System of
It's
a
not
Down?
System of a Down,
Corn? Disturbed. I think we're getting enough.
No. Yeah, I think it's Disturbed or Corn.
But think about this. Do you think that like Hawaii? Is it the same thing? You think like Hawaii? It's like, could somebody say Hawaii with that? Hawaii.
Yeah, I mean, like, probably not unoffensively.
You
what
can't.
fever dream is this?
Is it offensive to do it?
Yeah, well, I mean, probably to Native Hawaiians and like,
Yeah, probably.
Not even to them, 'cause
Disturbed
I don't
fans,
think that's
like fans
the
of
term
the
in their
band.
Like,
in
am I
their
offending
language.
two different things, which
Yeah,
is like
that's why
Hawaiians and Disturbed fans?
Okay, no.
I don't mind. I don't mind the offending the Disturbed fans. Pat Ken Tut sent a $10 super chat, and I don't want to read it. Like, I really don't want to read it. I'm gonna read it, but I'm not happy about it, and I wish that it never came to me. But you know, we all live in hard times. Geologians 26. Doug is not a pebble in your shoe, nor a rock in your path. He never takes us for granted, nor has he lost his marbles. He wipes the slate clean and is the boulder to take shelter behind. I hate that, and I like a good pun, but I just hate that more than life itself. So I want to apologize for everyone for hearing that. Marvy, are you a Christian here in the Discord?
He never takes us for granted. I'm sorry. That's
Don't
funny.
repeat super chat.
Yeah, I am. Hi.
Fuck.
Funny.
Marvy, can you please stop harassing me? Okay, I'm not going to bring you up on TikTok, and I'm not going to bring you up on YouTube. You're trolling.
I don't know. What do you mean?
I said stop harassing me. I know who you are. Everybody knows who you
Who am
are.
I?
You're Jay.
My name is
You're
Marvin.
Net Alpha. No, I know that you think you have a different name right now, but you're the same guy, okay? So just stop harassing me.
You have to give me a chance because I'm not who you think I am. You're being nice.
You've got the same name, you've got the same voice and the same accent, alright?
Well,
Just fuck off. I already told you, go have a wank and go to sleep.
Excuse me.
I'm not excusing you.
Hey,
By the way, I'm not going to be able to hear you anymore. I'm muting this server so you can't hear you. Tim, are you a Christian?
No,
Then why are you here, Tim?
because
What's this now?
Is this Tim?
Are you
yeah,
gagging on it?
nah, it's Tim.
Like Tim who?
Okay, so Tim, I know your name isn't gagging on it. I was asking if you were in the middle of gagging on it, not if you have the moniker gagging on it.
Are you slow?
I thought it was like
That's
Tim
not-
from our thing for a second. It's not.
That's ableist.
Tim, who are you? And go away. Oh, Marvin is still talking. Marvin, stop talking. And go away. All right.
I had a friend from middle school. His name was Gagging Deep. Literally. That's not a joke.
You win. Perfect.
No, I know that's not going to be a joke, but I feel like this has gone off the rails, and I think we got
I
to.
think I'm the realest Christian you've ever had.
You're not a
Who
Christian.
are you?
You're.
I'm a rice Christian.
I guess if you own it, like that's you're allowed to say that one.
Like,
I don't love
come on, you guys know, you guys were used to be Christian, so you know that the term Christian is just as derogatory, just in itself, in the Bible.
We use
was
it
not
that way
used.
now.
Yeah, we always say it in a derogatory way. Are you a
Fair
fucking
enough.
Christian?
Fair
But you know,
enough,
in the
but
Bible, they
Christians
said,
use
"Hey,
it as a
now."
term of
They said,
endearment.
"Hey, now use this word," right? They said, "Take it back,"
Yeah,
right?
they took ownership
Yeah,
of
but
it.
I'm taking
And
back
do
rice
you also
Christians.
know that? Do you also know that some people, when they say Christian, they mean it in like a nice way?
Oh, of course, but I literally mean rice Christian in a nice way now.
I wonder what Maxwell's entire point was.
My
Nobody
That's
entire
what
knows.
I've been
point is
asking
that
this entire time.
the
Why are we
system,
here?
it's
What's going on?
yeah, but
I
I've
read
been trying to
No,
break
it
this
Maxwell.
down,
wasn't
but
slowing
Maxwell.
down. It
The
was
AI is not gonna
disturbed.
allow me. It's gonna start playing music.
Maxwell, the system is flawed, and we can't use a system. We can't like commit to a system. I think we need to have a system that is fluid, that we can update, that we can do better with. You know what I mean? And so, if this system is based on Christianity, which it's probably based on the Enlightenment, we can still improve on it. We don't need to go backwards and dedicate
Oh
our
yeah,
lives to a
they had
dumb
the King
little
James
old
version,
book.
and now they got the new King James version. So I definitely believe in building upon the system. Like
That
that's
is
a part of
not.
that is a
That is
that
not
is
what that
definitely part of
Breaking
the
means.
down.
Christendom.
I'm not gonna
Maxwell,
hold you. That's pretty
you
funny.
should be like all in favor of disassembling this and whipping the
Maybe to
system
my maybe
apart.
And maybe
that was my
even
original. No, 100% Mezzo.
deconstructing it.
Mezzo. That was honestly my original. Oh my gosh. Is this a new single that I haven't heard off the album? You're yo, you can play the piano? Yo, we got a
Yeah,
collab,
of course
bro.
I can. I'm a musician.
Okay, so
How'd you
okay.
think I made songs?
Well,
You look
at
so
first I
great
thought
in
you
your
might have paid for a producer and then you got like singing lessons and stuff. But anyways, now I realize you're actually, a savant,
Check this
a savant
out.
of the art form.
Maxwell. Oops. You properly crazy guy. You don't know. Sorry, I can't do it with my left hand. What the fuck you're talking about?
Nah. I definitely
You're out of your mind.
Nice.
Oops.
I'm not out of my mind. See, I'm singing in the lower octave. I'm not out of my mind.
You're out of your mind.
I'm actually inside my mind. My mind is all I have. Oh,
That's a damn
That's
shame.
scary.
I wake up every day behind these two eyes.
You
I've
said
never had
between your
anything
eyes
else but
last
that.
time. Ooh,
I wake up
Maxwell.
every day.
If you used to do some substances,
Yo, Mezzo's still
your
on the
brain
guitar.
has taken a toll. Please stop believing fucking nonsense.
I told you I'm the realest Christian you've ever had on the stream.
Just don't pretend that you know things.
You guys haven't debunked my facts about the monarch. You haven't debunked my facts about.
You haven't
Yeah,
said anything, you dimwit.
Maxwell, can you do that as like a rap, maybe, or like a
So,
bridge, something? You haven't
You're considered
done
a
the
law-abiding
facts about the
citizen
monarch.
automatically.
You're
What
doing
rhymes with
facts.
monarch?
Yeah, he does the rap part.
Get your lazy asses some exercise. Y'all should just go be rappers, get into a beef, and then shoot each other.
Monarch.
Like, if you ever got
What
in
rhymes
trouble with
with
the law,
rice?
if you ever got in trouble with the law
Why
and you
do we
told them you're a
care
Christian,
about the monarchy?
1 second, Maxwell. Devontae, are you a Christian for fuck's sakes?
Homie, I just wanted to say I fucking love you. I love that you're like unbrainwashing these dudes. I know I'm not the opposition. You know
Maxwell's
who I am.
brainwashing us right
I
now.
come
Thank
in every
you.
once in a while and tell you to like continue this crusade of unbrainwashing these fucking book preaching fucking dummies. So I love you.
Thank you, Devontae. I appreciate that.
Much
Mezzo,
respect, Devontae. You know I got you, homie.
All right.
I love
thanks
your
so
shit,
much.
man.
You know what? Mezzo can't handle a compliment from me. He just like loses his mind. He's like gotta play a hardcore electric guitar over top of it.
Joel can't even
you
shred a
guys were
solo.
expecting me to quote biblical scriptures.
Ooh,
That's
Amanda
what-
sent a
that's
$2
what you were
super chat to
expecting.
say nice falsetto. Oh, I appreciate that, Amanda.
That was really nice. Yeah.
This is the thing. Like, is this the live? Like, is this the live now, Mezzo? Let's review this. Like, are we doing like just like nonsense lives entirely? Like, where everything's just gonna be
Just because
wild
it's the
and.
first time you've heard this argument,
I
it's
feel
not
like
nonsense.
mine was
I'm
a
not
little
bringing
bit
Ricky
too. Like
Tikki Tavi up. He's not a Christian, is he?
I had some of that too, where it was like, just
Thank you,
it just
Devontae.
seemed like
Reference?
doing.
What's that?
I did get one guy.
Ricky
who was
Tikki
doing
Tavi. I don't. I
This
think we
isn't
looked
the
it up.
Ricky Tikki Tavi?
Yeah, I
I
think.
think that's a Lil Darky reference.
I thought we looked it up and
There's an
it
artist
wasn't.
named Lil Darky, and he has a song that's like, I feel like Ricky Tikki Tavi. You know what I'm talking about? No?
But I think it's like an old story.
It's a story by Rudyard Kipling.
Yeah, Roger wrote
Kipling.
it.
So yeah, the guy who did the Jungle Book, who by the way he was not a good dude. That book
doesn't
is
shock me.
not good. Yeah, it's a hard one to. Well, so there's no actual The Jungle Book. It's like a series of books that they assembled together to make the movie. But the other stuff in the books has like hecka racist shit in it. But yeah, Ricky Tikki Tavi is another story of his. Which what we were confused about is we thought it was the other one that was Ricky Tikki Tambo No Sarumbo Charibar
Right.
But that one is a different racist book.
That's what I was thinking about too.
Different
Grace,
racist children's
thank
book.
you very much for the $5 on Venmo.
Oh,
I
that's
appreciate
nice.
it. Grace said
Okay,
W.
I
That's
can't.
sweet.
I can't get a real Christian up here to save my life right now. Thanks for 100,000 likes.
Like you guys is ignoring all
appreciate
my
it.
Maxwell, while
ideas,
we
'cause
wait
you-
for a real Christian, would you want to maybe
You're
share
watching
us, with
JRB
us your,
Debates, a
thoughts on the
subsidiary of BBDs. Drop me a follow, subscribe on the tubes, and tap the heck out of
I
that
will,
screen.
but I'm afraid
Like
of
the
the
live,
AI.
and if
There's
you're
an
a
ad
Christian,
playing.
request up to save my soul.
It's an ad break.
The link to the call-in Discord is pinned in the chat on YouTube. Oh, and don't be a POSFF if you can. Thank you all for being here. Now, back to the spanking.
All right, so
All right.
you, Maxwell, you were going to share with us your ideas of modern.
I
government
enjoyed
and
the
how it
silence. Like I
relates-
enjoyed just a
It's
moment
very-
of
it's very
reprieve.
straightforward. It's not as crazy as you guys think, because I understand with the amount of schisms
You have
within
no
the
idea
Christendom.
how crazy I think it is.
Max, why do we give a fuck?
Oh, well, you guys are the ones having a live to roast Christians, so it would
None
only
of
make
us
sense.
live under the monarchy. Why are you asking us about this?
He thinks we do.
He's thinking
Sam,
about
that's
it.
the thing.
Wow.
Or
he
do
thinks we
you?
do.
You don't think?
Or do
I
you?
I understand.
I
modernism,
challenge you
like, I
to a
understand-
duel. I almost said drool. I challenge you to a duel.
Do you
I
think, Maxwell, this is a real question, Maxwell, do you think that monarchy is a good system?
I never said what's good or bad. I'm talking
asking
about,
you now. That's why I'm asking you. I know
Okay,
you haven't said it yet. This is a new
that's
question.
fair. You're putting my feet to the fire. So
Just
no.
your one, just your 1 foot. The one.
he's
collective foot.
engaging. He doesn't know.
Okay.
He's talking about nonsense, but he's engaging. All right, you're holding my foot to the fly.
Look,
Because I don't think monarchy is a good system.
of course, but it's God save the king, right? Like it used to be God save the queen. She passed away, and they keep it going.
He didn't do it, huh?
He keep it going. So
Didn't say that.
obviously, it's not good. Obviously, it's
Okay,
not.
so Maxwell, the reason I ask this is because the whole idea with Jesus and God is that he's the King of Kings. And when we all get to heaven one day, we're going to be ruled monarchically by this king.
Praise him.
And so it'll be God save the God. And I think that's going to suck shit.
Hallelujah.
Wow, you guys are all musicians here.
Praise the Lord.
Big up to you guys. No, Joe, like, and Mezzo, sorry, like the reality is the world is a quite complex place.
Yeah, but I'm talking about heaven.
Yeah, but until we die, we're using fiat currency, and I gotta work and keep making that fiat currency. or I
Yeah,
will
who
die.
can afford a
I'm
fiat
losing my
in this
mind.
economy?
I'm losing my mind. Why does any of this matter?
He thinks it's fiat
Why does it
currency
matter?
because there's a
Matter.
there's a Union Jack, or is that what the British flag is called, on the top of a lot of these Fiat cars. But you're thinking actually probably of a Mini Cooper.
Yeah.
It's actually
No,
a
those
Mini
are Mini
Cooper.
Coopers.
Yeah.
we same thought.
That's the confusion that you've had, Maxwell. There's
Fiat?
nothing about a
Fiat?
Fiat.
Did I pronounce it wrong?
I'm getting a shitload of subscribers, and that can't be because of you, Matt.
Maxwell,
Guys,
get
don't
yourself a
reward
Mini
me for
Cooper
this.
And
They
Look what you've
love
done
the
now,
fact that
Maxwell.
they
You have
realizing
this is the
you're
monarchy
actually the person
paying out
who produces your songs.
fiats.
That's amazing.
I don't produce the
They're
songs.
realizing like me. This
I have produced the songs.
Maxwell, Do you think that if you died today because you didn't have enough fiats, that you would go to heaven?
Um, well, see, the Gnostics as well
You
as the
don't.
Ethiopian Church
No,
don't
but
see
which one
heaven
are?
that way.
Do you?
So you have to explain to me from what denomination you are arguing this
Yours,
heaven.
from yours.
Okay, from my perspective, heaven and hell is a reality that you're dealing with right now, based on
Oh, which one are we in?
based on your enfranchisement or your disenfranchisement to the same monarch system.
Okay, so which one are you in?
I would say I'm considered disenfranchised.
Okay.
Hey,
that
you
was
know,
I am
like
Canadian.
that was like hands
I am
down the dumbest thing
Canadian,
I've heard
so
in a life.
can I
Like,
just
hands
say?
down.
I know because you haven't
Can I
heard
just
it
can I
before,
just say
and you don't
thank
have
you
a
so much,
reference point for it.
Maxwell? Be quiet for a second. Thank
But
you
that is
guys,
how the
Maxwell.
monarch
Be
system
quiet
works.
for a second. Hey everyone,
know you were speaking.
Maxwell. Psh. Hey guys, thanks
Unbelievable.
everyone for whoever gave those subs out. I don't know who did it. I don't know if it's a gift thing or if it's was it Schley? Thank you so much for those subs. I really, really do appreciate it. That means the world to me. You guys don't have to do these gifts, super chats, subs, all those things. Was it you, Schley? Thank you. You're an angel, honestly. I really appreciate that. Like, it's just wild to me when people do that kind of thing. It's so kind. So I appreciate that. And
You're so much better at thanking people than me. Remember, I got some gift subs last time, and I just fucking blew it.
yeah, you are not good at that. But
I just fell to pieces.
But this is the thing with Maxwell. The deal is that I said, why become a Christian? And your answer was, if you can't beat him, join him. And I am not going to roll over and take it by the monarchy and the patriarchy, even though I'm sort of patriarchy. I'm a bit patriarchy, I think. Like, it's part of my, like, I've got the
Yeah, you gotta
He's doing a
admit that
patriotic speech. Salute
you're
or
the
something.
Christian who just doesn't go to church, right? You just gotta admit
No,
that.
I'm
Okay,
not,
I don't go to church
Maxwell.
on Sunday,
I'm
but I
not.
follow everything else.
I'm
The
not.
Bible-
I'm not.
The English Bible is literally a creation of the Roman the Roman imperial
I
system.
don't think that's true. Anyway, I think everybody's
Sorry.
done with
Meslo,
you.
Alright.
do you understand what's happening right now? Because I just wanted to make sure that, like, am I the dumbass? Is it me? Am I being stupid?
No.
Yeah, I fully got that, everything he was saying, and it kind of makes sense.
You win. Perfect.
Saying, and it kind of makes sense. I mean, think about it this way, Sam.
I'm thinking, yeah.
If tomorrow everyone on Earth suddenly believed in Christianity, wouldn't you
Yeah.
start to as well?
No.
See,
That wasn't.
gotcha.
That wasn't.
Caught you
what
in a trick
I
there
don't
because
think that was what he was saying.
you're one of everybody. You would start to
not
believe.
if I say no.
I don't know
Yeah,
if this
if I say the hypothetical is if everyone on Earth
J-
started to believe, you're part of that.
What
Jade-
if I die though?
Oh, you're cooked.
J Tats, are you even a Christian though?
I came on your live before.
I know. I just
I'm
don't remember because I get a lot of guests
No,
because I'm
I'm
very
atheist
popular.
as well. I'm
Oh yeah,
atheist.
you're the very complimentary atheist. Yeah, no, I now I
Yeah.
remember. Sorry, and that's
I
not
was
me
a
being
very
offensive.
nice,
I just don't
chill
remember
dude.
things. Yeah, I just
You're okay.
yeah, but we don't like I appreciate you, but like we just are we're really I guess gagging for a Christian at this point. So
No worries at all, brother. I only came on to say, I don't know what the last guy was smoking, like saying that you had to go to church, and it was kind
I
of weird.
know. I agree with that. And I honestly love the commentary. You know what we should do? Thank you so much, J-Tats. What we should do is we should have like a commentary moment. Mezzo, do you think we should do that in our lives? And Sam, you could have this
You're
idea
so
too.
good at that, Joel. Like people join up my live, and I'm like, get the fuck out of here. We don't want you. And like, how are you so nice? It's genuinely like concerning.
I'm just good at I'm
do
just
you take
personable.
like Paxil?
No, I think it's just that like
That's weird.
I'm a like a personal human being. Red, are you a Christian?
Weird.
Isn't Red pagan?
I
Oh,
am
that's
pagan.
pagan.
How do you know?
Oh, well
I
then
remember speaking with you.
just a quick question. The fuck are you doing here? Miko, thanks for
Yeah,
the
that's what I was
subscription. Pax, thank you for the subscription. I appreciate that. What the fuck are you doing here, Red?
We really appreciate you being here, by the way. Like, it actually is very kind to bring your perspective because we don't always hear from pagans. And I think that diversity is very important in these conversations.
Do you think I should become pagan, Red?
Well, every Christian holiday, especially for today, is in the form of paganism.
I didn't celebrate anything today.
Christian holiday, every...
But I didn't. I didn't sell. So can I not eat chocolate if I'm not a pagan? Like I can enjoy the like whatever bunnies.
I mean, for the children's sake, if you have children, that's you can. That's subjective.
I think it's just the two. It's just Christmas and Easter.
Yeah, Christmas, Easter.
Yeah, but what about Good Friday? Is that pagan?
Is that good?
What about Palm Sunday?
Oh, she's running. She's fucking running.
Ash Wednesday.
She's running. You mentioned more than one holiday. Oh,
all
right.
Ascension Day.
Just trying to create drama.
What about Lent?
If there's any Christians here who think that they might want to convince me how to become a Christian, I would jump up now because I'm just about to become a pagan. And God would be pretty disappointed in you if you allowed me to become a correct... Okay, is Ricky Tikki Tavi? He's not a Christian. I only want Christians in the box. I don't want trolls. I'm not here for a troll. Red...
I'm not trolling. I just was trying to make that point of, especially on Easter, a lot of Christians, Mormons, or those of religious
I don't
faith
actually. I don't even really care to like. I don't know what do pagans believe. Okay, Red. I'm gonna drop you if
she has
you're
to look it up.
Not.
She's looking.
If you're not in the chat, then like I don't want to wait for like you keep leaving.
She's saying that like 4% of Christian holidays are pagan. That's her point.
No, I get the point, but it's like I don't care that like I'm not sitting here like, hey, let's have a platform
That's why you should be Christian.
That's
why you should be Christian.
What?
I'm trying to help her out, dude. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, I see.
I
it
think,
doesn't
honestly,
make any
I think
sense.
Maxwell just
destroyed this live. Just destroyed this live. Red, don't come up if you're going to be getting phone calls because you're so goddamn popular. Like, give me a break. I want to know why I should be a Christian, but in the meantime, like, if there's a good reason to be a pagan, but I don't think there's probably a good reason. What is paganism? Sam, you ever talked to a pagan?
I love doing a pegging.
Paganism. It's a different thing, I think. It's slightly different.
Do you guys think that like
paganism?
The white society creates their wealth pushing Christendom and like now denounces it?
I don't know if white society at large denounces Christianity.
That's what I think.
So let's get this straight. Earlier, you guys were making the point that only 30% of the world and such are Christians, and oh, it's such a small percentage and such. But wait, now you're touting the opposite, that white society actually still holds up Christianity? Well, which one is it?
Like, I think that if they have done that, which obviously Christianity was a key part of colonization, they only still continue to perpetuate the ideology.
Yeah, we can just get back to the pagan conversation.
But did I sound like I was responding?
I don't know. I was just reading Maxwell's chat comments.
1 second. Go into the voice.
It would not be fair to you if you watch this entire clip and you're still wondering yourself, like, I still don't get it. Your progressivism is actually just going over my head, G. So what exactly are you talking about? What exactly do you mean? And I get it because they didn't really let me finish my point. Like I said, this TikTok culture is a bit different from how I know to do these live debates. But let me kind of break it down to you, for you, and for Joel if he's watching. Our world is one that is connected to its past. So a A lot of folks think that just because they're born now, their POV is like the brightest and greatest one. I'm saying if you want to be atheist, that's fine. But if you think creating a platform to berate, and he tried to call me out saying I'm tone policing, but that's not the point. If you're going to create your platform to berate Christians without the context that everything around us has been created by this Christendom, that's a cognitive dissonance already. And you can't make fun of Christians for having their cognitive dissonance as you live in yours. That's a very large hubris to ignore. The hubris of the situation to say, you Christians are not really maintaining a logical consistency. You're living in this logical fallacy. As you pay your taxes, that contributes to world domination. As you continue to use the fiat currency, oh, not the car, fake money. Fiat means just, fake, not real, okay? Money that adds to the GDP for the demand of more services and products to be created, which will further push the dominance. As simple as this, okay, we have Congo, people pulling out minerals so that I can have this iPhone or whatever. Anything you want to point at, bro. Like, there's nothing around me that doesn't even exist without money. Paper, whatever, paint on my wall, this desk, floor tiles, whatever. Anything I point at, like whatever, it doesn't really matter. Everything. And yeah, I'm a musician too, okay? Like, big whoop. Like, yay, we could play music. Yay, good job, Joel. But to dissociate that and to think you have created a greater righteousness is your religiosity of atheism. It's as ugly as you think Christianity is. Because as much as you want to end the religiosity of Christianity, you don't want to end the effects of it. You don't want to speak to the ills of it. And you said at some point that, well, we should update the system. And I said the system does update. They have one version of the Bible and they make a new one, right? Even to the Catholicism perspective. The same time we're having this debate, I guess the Pope died, but that same Pope was like, hey, let's do the same-sex marriage. So the same things Christians were against, they're now for. So the system's updating itself. And they'll change the book, and the new Christians being born and raised under that culture will continue to follow. So you're not getting it. You don't get it. You are just trolling, and you have a large platform, so it affects a lot of people. You saw yourself how many subs you were gaining because this conversation was probably very interesting to people who might have been following for the first time, seeing such an engaging back and forth with points that maybe even they themselves as Christians haven't heard, or as atheists haven't heard, whoever the people who were sending money or whatever they were doing. But the point is, if you're actually going to dissent, you have to dissent against the entire system. Fuck the system. And finally, Joel, I just wanted to let you know you're not that original. 'Cause really everyone can play and see with one hand. It's not that difficult, you see. So maybe next time, step up your game and do something that's not so lame. And maybe debate people in front of you instead of running away. Big up, big up.